as the text just said, welcome to Live Alive. So for the longest time I always thought this was pronounced Live Alive, but since they said it during the Nintendo Direct, we'll try to stick with Live Alive. But this is the demo. The proper game is coming out in less than a month, and Blue has pre-ordered it. I'm probably just going to play off his. But otherwise, for the demo version, we are allowed to play 3 chapters. I haven't actually done this myself here to see what all it entails. I just know, what, 3? When I do the game itself, I'm going to play these in chronological order like I imagine 99% of people probably are. So we'd be starting with Pogo in the caveman era, but he's not in the demo. So we're actually going to go the complete opposite way and start with Cube in the future. Now, in case you're wondering, each chapter plays quite a bit differently from the others, with Cube actually being the most unique of the bunch. So here's your 7 heroes. Wink wink. Demo includes the following 3 chapters: Imperial China, Twilight of Edo Japan, and the Distant Future. You can save your progress in each chapter and carry over to the full version. In case you're wondering, I am not going to carry any of this over. The only one worth doing would be the Distant Future. So, to give you a quick rundown, unfortunately I don't have a mouse to show you guys. Oh, they actually do let you do this. So, Pogo is the caveman here. He is pretty important if you want to hard cheese some stuff, because there's a lot of secrets in his chapter. This is, what's the guy's name? Sundown, I think? He's one of the more heavily offensive characters, and he has by far the shortest chapter. There's 2 ways his can play out, whether you want to mow down all of the bandits with traps, or if you want to fight people. It's kind of up to you. Believe it or not, despite his chapter being the shortest, it is not the least combat intensive, because that honor belongs to Cube here. So here we have the near future with Akira. This is the chapter everyone who's familiar with the game is asking about, because in the original Super Nintendo version, Akira was like meme levels bad. So people are hoping that they fixed him so he's somewhat viable, but we won't know until we get there. Cube is a tanky healer, support, utility, whatever you want to call it. And there's only one required battle, I believe, in his entire chapter, which is the final boss. His whole thing is actually like a horror puzzle game, which is why I'm very intrigued on his, and I think his is probably going to be my favorite, but I don't think they're going to let us get that far into it. Next up is Oboro here, the ninja. His plays out 3 different ways depending on how you want to do it, and that's one of the reasons why I don't want to save his progress into the main game. So, you have to infiltrate a castle. Your options are kill everyone, kill some people, like the men only, or kill no one. Now, based on the choices you make, different things unlock, like killing no one gets you a secret weapon, I believe. Killing everyone gets you a different weapon. Both are exclusive, and neither are actually his best weapon, even in the chapter, so, yeah. For leveling him up, there's actually a lot of things you can fight to still level him. I don't think Cube levels at all. I think he uses the upgrade mechanic like a Saga character would. Now for Imperial China, you actually get to choose who you carry forward. There's 3 different characters. You have the girl, who's like one of the fastest characters in the game. You have the young guy, who is like one of the... he's a glass cannon DPS. And then you have the fat guy, who's, I believe, the actual best tank, but he doesn't actually have the utility that Cube does. And finally we have, I think his name is Masaru. He's the wrestler in the present day thing. His plays out like Mega Man. So just a heads up on that one. I was wondering if I should try to do like a Hulk Hogan impersonation during his, even though there is a Hulk Hogan reference character, but we'll see. I have to work on my impersonations. By the way, the 3 characters are here. Let's see what they tell us in gameplay tips. So yeah, the direction the enemy is facing is pretty important. If an enemy is knocked down to 0, they can't fight. You just have to give them a healing item to revive them. But if they get hit a second time, then they are knocked out for the remainder of the battle. Sometimes you can win a fight just by knocking out the leader. This is pretty important for the cowboy chapter, that his attacks pierce, so you can hit multiple guys in one go. All sorts of stat effects. There's also level up and level down, which are pretty important, but they don't talk about that here. I actually don't know what those all entail. So just like Mega Man Battle Network, you can... I'm mentioning that one specifically because of the Nintendo Direct. You can actually affect tiles in certain ways. You can have like burning tiles that deal damage over time, I think poison tiles, and there's probably other ones that I don't really remember. I want to say there's like a water tile in the Ninja Chapter. Ninja Chapter also has secrets I should mention, pretty important ones. So here's a little bit of foreshadowing. Items can be used in battle to achieve various ends. In fact, some of the most powerful attacks and abilities are executed with them. That's a reference to the bottle from the Caveman chapter, which is like a one-hit kill for most of the things in the game. Robotic attack enhancements. So there's a couple different robots. There's Cube, and then there's also, I think, Taro in the near future. They don't level, so you have to get items to, I guess, level them up. That's probably the best way to describe it. EXP won't cut it. So yeah, we kind of sped through those. But anyway, into the distant future, folks. Far from Earth in the vast void of space, the transport freighter Cogito Ergo Sum slowly makes its way home. Aboard this tiny vessel, a new form of life is born. Alas, as a series of incidents put the safety and well-being of the ship's crew in jeopardy, this autonomous support unit, but recently built by the engineer Kato, must work together with its creators to ensure all is not lost. So I'm not going to talk about the 8th chapter just yet, just know that there is one, because that turns stuff on its head. The reason why I'm mentioning this is we will have to make a call on who our main character for the finale is going to be. I'm kind of torn between either Masaru or Cube here. And I also forgot to mention, every chapter has a special scene called the Watanabe scene. I know Masaru's is supposed to be the hardest one to trigger. When I go through these, I'm going to be looking for all of those, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them because, like I said, Masaru's is RNG, so you have to roll the dice a lot to get it. Space Dock TSQ-05. Record of departure. Registration Cogito Ergo Sum. Class Civilian Transport Freighter. Destination Earth. Cargo Xenobiological Specimen. Crew 5. Passengers 1. Courier Military. I believe each chapter has a different character designer. Cargo Manifest. Primary Cargo Xenobiological Specimen. Description: Giant Quadruped. Habitat: Unknown. Capabilities: Unknown. Just know it can instantly end you. And no, it's not actually the boss of the chapter. The chapter bosses don't make sense until the 8th chapter, so just be aware of that. I don't even want to mention what the boss's name is because it'll spoil stuff here, but after playing the other ones, you'll know who it is right off the bat. Orders from Command concerning specimen are as follows. Detailed study of specimen is of the highest priority. All necessary measures should be taken to ensure delivery. Escort is mandated. I believe that's Kato. Yeah, that's him. The distant future, the mechanical heart.
Okay, that should do it. Huh? That's odd. Very odd indeed. I'm certain I did everything right.
Very odd indeed. I'm certain I did everything right.
Huh? It worked! It worked! Brilliant! Wonderful! Hello there, little one. Can you hear me? My name is Kato. K-A-T-O. Kato.
His accent is weird. I don't know if that's supposed to be a reference to Scotty from Star Trek or what.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Right, of course. You need a name. Let's see. Well, you're quite round. Roundy? That's terrible. Hardly fit for a dog. Yes, well, you may be round, but mankind's strength is our sense of humor. Cube! That's impressively worse. Naming was never my forte. Perhaps inspiration will strike as we walk. Come along, little one.
Oops. So radar in the bottom right corner can be used to identify and explored areas, guide you to your current objective. Radar can be toggled on or off with display radar in the settings menu. Return to chapter select. So moving diagonally is a little weird here. Holographic photo frame. A smiling elderly couple stand on either side of a young boy holding a toy spaceship. Personal computer. A schematic titled Support Unit version 3 is currently displayed on the screen. Toy robot. A mint condition vintage steel titan, but it's no Bariki Dio. Kitchen unit. A variety of dishes and utensils are soaking in a solution in the sink. Personal log. Date unknown. Completed first prototype. Performed basic stress tests. Initial results are passable. Conducted additional testing of second prototype. Motor functions need work, locked up during tests. Remote operation function was within acceptable parameters. Commence construction of third prototype. Finish reading latest Earth Tech journals. New circuit boards are most impressive. In any event, I will make do with what I have. Completed third prototype at last. I'll begin performing tests after I finish my rounds of the ship. The captain came to take a look at my work. He said we're 1 week out from Earth, which means that tomorrow we're to bring the others out of cryo. Hopefully I can get our new crew member up and running by then. Somnopathic wellness bed. The memory foam not only conforms to the occupant's body, but also uses electrical pulses to stimulate their muscles while sleeping to help them maintain physical fitness. Can't go in those.
Good, good. Follow me.
I should also mention the Super Nintendo version you were able to rename characters, so I don't know if they took that feature out because of the voice acting or if it's actually in the full game itself.
The first thing we need to do is register you as a crew member. Otherwise, you won't be free to move about the ship. Right then. Yes.
Greetings, Kato. I hope this morning finds you well.
Top of the morning to you too. I'd like to enter a new crew member into the system.
Understood. Scanning new crewmate. Scan complete. Classification: autonomous support. Please state designation. Ah, there you go, you can rename him. Creating profile.
And with that, you should be able to come and go as you like. Oh, and whatever you do, don't forget your name. Access to private quarters is subject to some perfunctory security restrictions. To enter, you may need to input your name. So, if you're ever having trouble, that's one thing you can try. To do so, access the panel to the left of the door. Do you understand? Or would you like me to repeat myself?
I understand.
Then the next order of business, little one, is a test of your analytical skills. I'm going to leave this room and head to another area on this floor. I want you to try and find me.
Oh, and if you're ever feeling lost, take a moment to review the ship's map. So if you push the minus, it pulls up the Cogito Ergo Sum. If you want to know where or how to get there, refer to the resource. So if you've seen 2001 Space Odyssey, you may know where this is going. Come on, OD10, talk to me. The whole interruption thing is a little bit important when you're dealing with moves that have charge times, because you need to protect that character or target the enemy who's charging up on you. Where would you like to go? I'm good. Definitely hoping that the loading stuff's a little bit better in the actual game. So they pulled up the Captain Square tip. Can we pull that one back up? Ah, there's the behemoth. Private quarters, occupant Rachel Klein. You do not have access to these private quarters. Private quarters, occupant Kirk Wells. You do not have access to these private quarters. This unit is reserved for charter guests. You do not have access to these private quarters. Occupant Yoshiyuki Kato. Relaxation module, recreation room. Private quarters, occupant Huey Trumbull. You do not have access to these private quarters. Private quarters, occupant Captain Hoare. You do not have access to these private quarters. Let's see if we can play some Captain Square. There it goes. Climate control system is operational. So we need to remember where that is. That sucks. should be the bridge, I think. Elevator. Wellness module. Cryogenic stasis room.
Good. You made it. Now it's time for you to meet your fellow crew members. Through this door, you'll find the cryogenic stasis pods. We use them to put humans into cold sleep to preserve resources during long trips into space. Little one, I have a very important job for you. I want you to head inside and wake up your new friends. You can do it.
And surely nothing bad can happen, you know? Cryogenic stasis unit hums softly. Information concerning the registered document is displayed on a nearby screen. Reserve unit. A single button flashes on the console. You, for one, better welcome your new robot overlords. Huey Trimble, Chief Mate, Head of Cargo. A single button flashes on the console. Rachel Klein, Signaler. Kirk Wells, Helmsman.
Thank you, little one. I appreciate the help. Good morning, my friends.
Finished your pet project?
Indeed. They have even taken a name for themselves.
Hello, my name is Rachel. Looking forward to working with you.
Nice to meet you, buddy. Name's Kirk.
Rise and shine, Huey. We've been on ice long enough.
Show us what you've got. Mind giving Sleeping Beauty here a swift kick to get him up and moving?
Maybe just a gentle poke. Or you can smack him upside the head with gusto, whatever you fancy. Kind of like the way the one guy thinks. Go on, you can do it.
Kirk, you dingus. I'll thank you again for not kicking a blissfully sleeping man's pillow. I'm sure we had this conversation before. What is that thing?
Easy there, Huey. You're still coming out of cryo. As for the new addition, it's that bot Kato's been working on forever.
Huh? Oh, bot. Gato's bot. Right, that project of his. He got it up and running. Hello there. I'm Huey.
Corporal Darth, feeling well rested?
Hardly. If anyone actually feels better coming out of cryo, I've yet to meet them.
Guess what, Corporal? Kato finally finished the bot he was working on. Let's introduce you.
never mind that. Let's dispense with the formalities. Tell me, though, do you intend to let your clank have the run of the ship? If so, then I expect you to see that it does not get underfoot, and to discipline it if it does. If there is nothing else, then I will go on ahead to the recreation room and prepare for the briefing.
That's a military man for you. All business.
Real piece of work, huh?
Right, of course. The customary briefing after waking the crew. You should join us in the recreation room too. Don't worry about the corporal. He'll warm to you in due time.
Ha! It's as if you actually see it as one of us. But I suppose that's just your way.
Oh, do you think so?
Okay, I'm back in control. I want to pull open the option screen real quick to see if I can set this to auto progress. I'm just gonna go fast there. Blah. I'm a little curious what they're gonna do for the caveman chapter, because there's no talking in 99% of it. Oh, there you go, Captain Square. So, yeah, with the lack of words there, the character's gonna make the caveman sound effects, or what's gonna happen, I wonder. Wellness module, medical bay. That's the other side of the medical bay, or interface room. There you are, Cube.
This retro game is my latest obsession. I love it.
Kirk, you've made more progress in a shorter period of time than any other player to date. Your skill and dedication are impressive.
Damn straight. You want to give it a go?
Yes. Captain Square. Arcade machine. Mercury. I'm moving the microphone, so my voice may change a little bit. Charge gauge appears above allies and enemies' heads that are ready in action. Once completely filled, they execute the action. When controlling allies in battle, you may choose one of several commands. Ability, item, pass, wait, flee. So pass is just giving your turn to an ally, while waiting is progressing the time, so to speak. Oh yeah, everything's under abilities, your normal attacks and stuff. You'll see. When selecting abilities and items for use, they are effectively displayed. Use that to make sure the intended target will be affected. And then HP is 0, you lose, you're down, but a healing item will bring you back if you can get hit before you, or if you can use it before you get hit. And they mention if all allies are incapped, game over. And then if they're hit again, they leave the field. They're basically out for the remainder of the battle. So during battle as Captain Square, you can select Quick Game to stop playing and resume the story of the Cogito Ergo Sum. If you have the memory card in possession, you can save your progress and resume from the last stage. However, if you do not, you'll have to start over from the beginning, which is why I'm not actually going to go too far into this. I'm just going to do like one level I plan on doing. So you have Tachyon Sword, clearly named after the Sentinel's character. Spinnings, well, they mention damage low, you can see an attack, reduces speed and heals. And that's annoying. So, enemies have different weaknesses, and they actually do tell you all the tiles here, and there was a water tile, I knew it. Lightning tile, that might be this character's stuff. But yeah, you have to know which ones to use. In the Super Nintendo game, you found this all out through trial and error, but now it's a little clearer. So, damage low, enemy attribute. Okay, it's just showing the debuff there. Spin in place, running enemies, send flying, damage low, no effect. We have the plasma charge. So this is what I meant by I wanted to see stuff instead of it ticking through, because if you look at where charge time changes, you can see it does all those statuses, but you wouldn't know that unless you sit here and wait. So draw upon the energy of the cosmos to restore a small amount of HP and enhance your attributes. You can see it's a wind element because that stuff's on the left of the text. We have Supernova, charge time medium, damage low. And you can see it reaches out 2 squares in every direction. And it sets the field aflame, allegedly. We have Plasma Ball, short charge time, medium damage, and you can see it's diagonal, so it's like a bishop in a chessboard. And it electrifies the field beneath the enemy. We have Space Phage, stream of hazardous particles, poisons and stuns the enemy. Oh, this one, you notice, is 3 squares away. So if they're too close, you can't use this one at all. I don't know if it'll let me hit the one guy, because if it has to travel, like, will that block it, or do they have to be on that one exactly? We have the Pion Bomb. Detonate advanced bomb, vaporize enemies, extended charge time required, long charge, high damage, and then the Quark Sword. It's another thing with long time, unfortunately. Cuts through anything, massive damage, yada yada. So yeah, let's go ahead and smack this guy.
Spinning Star!
Okay, it's our turn.
Yes!
Yeah, I don't think that'll actually affect him. No! Let's just do this one.
Tachyon Sword!
That's gonna annoy me as this goes on.
Huh. Huh. Yes.
Okay. Can't argue with that, I guess. Looking for a long charge time one. Let's try this one.
Huh. No! Huh. Ion Bomb! Stage clear.
So, Q being a robot obviously doesn't get anything. So once we actually do have the memory card, I will go ahead and do this, but I don't even think you get the memory card in the game, in the demo. So we'll have to wait for the full game, and they'll probably just try to do all of it at once.
Not cut out for it after all, huh? Let me give you some advice. You can't always be aggressive. Pay attention to your enemies and how their attacks work.
Kirk is really good at this game.
Oh, you must be interested in my book. Would you like to read it?
Sure. The Dawn of the Space Age.
It was written by humans long, long ago. I've always enjoyed these older stories. They have an earnestness, an adventurous spirit that speaks to me.
Says the guy who's practically terrified of his own shadow.
It must sound strange to you, seeing as how you were born on this ship, so to speak. I think you should learn as much as you can. Expand your horizons. Take a look around the ship and see if anything interests you. Don't just rely on humans to teach you either. Experiment. Try to do things on your own. Kato, does this bot of yours have any unique abilities or talents?
Well, no, not as such. But they do have the capacity to process data and develop skills, such as... why don't I teach you how to prepare coffee? Come with me, little one. I'll show you how to use the machine.
Who knows, this may save us from an alien one day.
Oh, you must be... Would you like to...
No, I'm good. Just push the button, it's simple enough. Coffee machine sits atop the counter, expectant. Well, would you look at that? Mind if I have a taste? Bit bitter for me. Sorry, it's their first cup.
Don't touch me!
Please, there's no need to get so upset.
You people have no idea what these things are capable of. But I do. I've seen it.
I don't know about any of that, but I'm sure it's got nothing to do with this one.
Hey, it's the captain.
I apologize for keeping you all waiting. Matters with our contacts on Earth demanded my full attention. So, what is the status of our crew?
Everyone is present and accounted for, sir.
Good. Wait, what is that thing over there?
That would be the robot I've been working on, sir.
Cube.
Fully operational, I see. You'll have to permit me a closer look later. Right then. Everything appears to be in order, so that will be all.
Hell of a briefing, huh? Spent most of the time gaming and waiting for it to begin and end just like that.
You say that like it's a bad thing.
Well, it is what it is.
Oh, Kato, if you want to get a look, come down to the cargo hold.
At the behemoth? Of course! That'd be wonderful! But first I need to perform a brief inspection of the main computer. I'll head downstairs afterwards. You must be wondering. This is a transport freighter. And as usual, we've been tasked with making a delivery. Anyway, if you like, you can use the elevator to come and join me. The main computer is on level 3, and the cargo hold is on level 1.
So this is an important detail for the chapter. They're directing us towards the elevator now. I'm suspecting we're close to the end of the demo. Not going to worry about exploring the ship in full until we actually get the game in hand. That's the other elevator down below us.
I'm glad you came, little one. I'd like to introduce you to someone. Though this isn't the first time, I suppose.
It's a pleasure to meet you again, Cube. I am the artificial intelligence tasked with overseeing the various functions of this vessel. Yes, it's one of those foul-mouthed bots.
A 10th generation AI, to be precise. We named them Decimus.
I won't make the R2 joke.
Decimus doesn't just look after the ship's systems, though. They look after the crew as well. Now then, this module appears to be in working order.
Okay, so they're hiding its name a little bit, but I kind of told you what it was already.
Looks like my work here is finished. Time to visit the cargo hold. Would you like to come along?
Sure. I'm expecting this to be the ending right here.
This is the priceless cargo we're transporting.
We can take that in a fight, right?
Beautiful. Don't you think?
So long as you admire it from a distance, even the most exquisite rose handled without care will bleed you with its thorns. And this particular rose has 2 massive ones, in case you haven't noticed.
Only 2?
Hey, can you 2 come to the bridge?
Something wrong?
Got some comms trouble by the look of it. I could use a hand here.
Double time, Huey. Warp speed.
Look all you like. I don't care, but do remember that this is military property. My responsibility. And I do not take it lightly.
Yes. Of course.
We were just leaving, actually. Kato, there's a section of wiring just outside the cargo hold I need you to check for me.
Understood.
You again. I better not catch you fiddling with that console.
Everything looks to be in order. Right then, to the bridge. Couldn't even wait for me to get on the elevator, those jerks. What's this, I wonder? Ah, they won't let you examine it. But yeah, Captain Square may be the best way to get any sort of combat practice in probably the entire demo. I don't know if they'll actually let you max level any of your characters. They might not. I think they cap at 16.
And you checked the sub-antennas?
I did, and they're fine. It's a Watanabe hypercaster, made in Japan and everything. The main and sub-units are designed to function independently, so one going down shouldn't necessarily affect the other.
What did the captain have to say?
Continue your investigation and get back to me when you have more information. We'll settle on a plan then.
Great, just peachy. Can't put my finger on it. I've seen all kinds of problems before, but this is different. We're receiving inbound transmissions without issue, but outbound transmissions are another story.
Wait and see, huh? The whole system could fail before he's ready to take action.
What a horrible thought.
The system has already effectively failed, if we can only receive transmissions from Earth. As it stands, we can no longer exchange information with them. We can only hope they have surmised our situation from our silence.
Sounds like an excuse to do nothing. I'm heading outside to perform an on-site inspection of the array. Something probably came loose or got knocked out of position. Should be easy to fix once I get a good look at it.
There's no talking him out of it now, so we may as well try and back him up. Are you up for a spacewalk, Kato?
Yes, of course.
Rachel, I'll go with him to the airlock to assist with preparations. I'll come back afterwards so we can monitor from the bridge.
They missed a word there.
So close to home. So close. The last thing we need right now is to spend time alone together. Just the two of us.
Rachel, I didn't know we were that close.
Yes? What is it?
Captain, sir, I wish to update you on the comms issue. Kirk and Kato are going to head outside and perform an on-site inspection of the array.
I see. Very good.
Captain?
What's gotten into him? So close to the last thing.
And she just repeats stuff there, so I sped through it. I think it's the second floor we need to go down to. Nope. Yep. So, very briefly, you could read information there about the behemoth.
Stop it! Please! This is neither the time nor place!
You and your holier-than-thou attitude. Stay out of it, Bod.
There you go again, losing your temper, hurting others.
Got it all figured out, huh? Your problem is you can't take a joke. Always so damn serious. You're exhausting. It's a miracle Rachel humored you as long as she did. We're leaving. Try not to get sucked out the hatch when we go. Be a real shame that...
Are you all right?
Starting to wonder if they'll actually show the behemoth escape in the demo.
I'm sorry you had to see that. People are a bit more complicated than machines, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm still torn whether I want to rename the bot Bender for the actual game or not. Then we can pretend the Cogito Ergo Sum is actually the Planet Express ship. Nope, wrong one. Yeah. Now, I don't think the map was there on the Super Nintendo, so you'd have to do a lot of wandering around this chapter to find out where to go, since obviously you can see they don't tell you. Well, we tried.
Rachel, they're in position.
Understood.
All right, let's get this show on the road.
Commencing operation. Kato, you need to access the administrator controls. Switch the system to maintenance mode.
Inputting code. Whiskey Alpha Tango Alpha November Alpha Bravo.
Try to spell that out. It's gonna say Watanabe.
Kirk?
Kirk, do you copy?
Loud and clear. Everything's fine. Huh? I can't. Kirk? Kirk!
What's happening? Kirk? Kirk, respond! Someone talk to me!
I've got him, but there's something wrong with his suit.
And that's the end. We've reached the end of the chapter in the demo version. You can save progress and continue from this point in the full version. What's happening aboard the Cogito Ergo Sum? What lies in store for Cube? Discover the truth for yourself. So basically, the crew will get picked off one by one. I don't actually know if I'm going to continue from there or not, but yeah, that is the end of that one, and like I said, it's not a very combat-intensive chapter. It's more horror puzzle when the behemoth gets loose and the computer's killing you and stuff. So, yeah, we'll be moving on to a different chapter, and I'm probably going to break these up into separate videos. That way, it's easier to tell them apart, it's easier to edit, and so on. Now, once I actually know the chronological order between these two, we'll know which one to go into next for the proper game. But anyway, that's it for now, folks. I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.